Hello guys, Beastie Martin here. Finally back with another video after a long winter break. Still got a few days left of the break. Sorry I'm a little bit late to posting new videos, but I have been enjoying my long winter break so far, and I hope all y'all did too. So, in today's video, it finally happened. I was able to get the Mezco 112 Collective Halloween 2 figure for Christmas, so let's get it underway. Hello guys, Beastie Martin here. Finally back with another video after a long winter break. Still got a few days left of the break. Sorry I'm a little bit late to posting new videos, but I have been enjoying my long winter break so far, and I hope all y'all did too. So, in today's video, it finally happened. I was able to get the Mezco 112 Collective Halloween 2 figure for Christmas, so let's get it underway. Let's get the review done. So, I've already got the Jason, as you all know, but I didn't really get enough time to pick up that Michael before he shot up in price, the 78 Michael. Fortunately, don't think I'll ever be getting that one because it's just ridiculous now. The price is like, I want to say close to like $240 on Amazon, so that's not with the sale at all. Like, it's usually like $258 on Amazon, so I said, screw that, go ahead, ask my parents for the second movie one because that was just flat out ridiculous. This one's only $75 on Amazon currently, so if you want to pick this guy up for yourself, I suggest you go over there right now and pick him up. I'll put the link down in the description to that figure if you want to pick him up. So, here he is. Well, not him, but this is the box it comes with. The box on this figure this time around, I'm not going to compare it to my last one that I got with Jason, but this box is definitely a lot smaller than your typical Mezco box. It's also a little bit different. So, right off the bat, we don't get a movie poster or anything. Instead, because apparently Mezco is just not really keen on doing movie posters. Apparently they like just random shots better, which is fine with me. It's not NECA. But on the front we do get the shot of Michael getting ready to stab Alice, from that really weird shot in the movie. And of course you got the Halloween 2 font up here with a little pumpkin replacing the O. The opening credits pumpkin. Then you got 112 Collective right here. I'm gonna zoom it in a bit. There we go. Very nice. It's a pretty nice box. Then you get the Mezco Toys logo right here. By collectors, for collectors. And of course you get the movie poster pumpkin. And zoom that out. Halloween 2 font again. Above. Halloween 2 font. It's kind of hard to fit this entire box in the shot, but yeah. And then on the back, probably my favorite thing about this box is, well, the shot of Michael here. Doesn't really seem to be heading, well, I don't know. Kind of seems like he's in the neighborhood, rather than, like, in the town area, which is kind of odd, but, I guess it's a crop shot. But it's still really nice. I like it. I love the artistic style that they went with here. You got the 112 Collective, thingy-majiggy again. And this time, instead of the box being a slide-off cover, you just open the flap and you pull the tray out, which I will show the tray right about now. Okay, here it is. And even with the tray, it's basically the same size as the box, so it's kind of hard to fit in. But yeah, I've already taken everything out. I'm just showing how well Mezco likes to package their figures. And it's certainly no exception here. They have packaged this guy very well. This is where all the hands would go. You got some accessories, stuff right there. Of course, you got two more accessories, which I'll talk about in a minute. And this is where the actual figure is housed. This is the same thing they did with the previous releases, like the Jason and all their countless superhero figures. And I really like what they do. Now, since they do the same thing here, it's kind of the same thing as well with all the various different trays. You got this one, the huge black one, and then this one in the back, which is where they would keep all the extra stuff and goodies, which I will get into as well. So, without further ado, let's snap this out of the way and get the figure right in position. And here he is. The moment you've all been waiting for, the figure itself. I spent like almost 5 minutes on the box, but here he is. This is the Michael Myers figure that you get. Now, as with every other Mezco figure, they are all 6 inches tall in 112 Collective, so, you basically, here's what to expect, It's 6 inches tall. It's not extremely big like a typical NECA Michael Myers, but he's still very nice, and you get a lot of detail despite his size. So here he is. On camera, his coveralls are blue, but in person, these are actually like a tealish green. It's just, guess the phone cameras and stuff don't really pick that up. But yeah, here it is. He does have all 6 bullet holes in his body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I shot him 6 times. Would love to see them make a Dr. Loomis, but that's like too good to be true. Then of course you got the exit wounds. And of course you got some luxurious dirt. Now I'm sorry about the noise in the background. I got a kitten that's locked in the bathroom. She's eating while the other cats are eating. So I'm going to go get her out real quick and I'll be right back. Alright, the meowing is now over and we are back to the review. So, here he is. As I said before, he's got all 6 bullet holes. Coveralls are green, and he's got a nice bit of weathering on there as well. So you can see you got all this nice dirt and blood. Surprisingly, there's not a whole lot at the bottom. I mean, there's some blood stains at the bottom, but not a whole lot of weathering. And of course, you got the actual head sculpt right here. Now, the only problem I've really faced with mine is out of the box, his collar was kind of crumpled. So I've been having to like lift it up every time I put the head sculpt on and off. So yeah, it's kind of the only downside, but that's really all that's wrong with this figure in my opinion. He has very nasty hands. I'm not sure any nurse would want to be sucking on these, but yeah. Out of the box, he comes with fisted hands. So just know that, but he does have plenty of other hands to make up for that. He doesn't have functional pockets on the back or on the front, but he does have these functional pockets, so if you want to put something in there, you certainly can. I can fit my finger in there. So, yeah, pretty cool. He does have boots. I'll try and lift up the pant leg. Yeah, it's a little harder to do this time around. I'm not sure why. Oh yeah, that's because he has socks underneath. Unlike the Jason, this guy has socks underneath the pants, which makes him a little bit stockier in the legs. And here's the boots, very nicely detailed. They're not the jungle boots this time around like the 78 figure, which I never reviewed, but it did have jungle boots. Instead, they're just plain black. So yeah, I'll pop off the head sculpt. Get a closer look at that. Okay. So that's that. Put Michael in the back. This is decapitated body. They still use the dumbbell ball joint. However, this time around, unlike the Jason, he has a neck peg. So it's not the head that moves, it's the entire thing that moves. But here it is, off the ball joint. It's got a neck hole, or neck peg hole. And, yeah, very nicely detailed figure. I like this a lot better in person than in the promo shots. At first, I was not wanting to get this guy because I thought he looked absolutely terrible in the promo shots. But when all the reviews started popping up online, then it kind of intrigued me to want to get him. So here he is. He does have the sideburns ripped off, as they should be. Not as noticeable on this side, but the line's definitely there. I don't think they had that on the original figure. I'm not sure. Never had it, but I believe they didn't. Correct me if I'm wrong. This time around, though, this figure, unlike the previous one, is not just completely a stark white. There's actually some shadowing in the cheekbones and mouth area and the forehead. So it's not just plain stark white all over the mask. And he actually has the skin tone on the bottom half of the neck. So that's something nice that the original figure did not have. However, I would have preferred them to at least include a little bit more skin tone. Maybe going up to like right there. Not too much up here, but like right about there. and just kind of even it out. Leave some white splotches and stuff, but I figured if they would have done that a little bit more, it would have looked a lot like Halloween 2. I mean, it still looks like Halloween 2, but it's not completely there. But I'll show you what I mean in a minute. I'm going to be comparing this guy to the NECA figure by the end of this video, just to show you. But for now, we're just doing the review. So yeah, very nice head sculpt. They chose a chestnut brown for the hair instead of a like auburn kind of color like he had in the movie, because the paint was wearing out of the hair on the actual mask. But yeah, there's no split up the back, but that's fine. Yeah, the mask is very thick, as you can see. And the eyes, instead of them just being painted with the skin tone like the last figure, they're just painted completely black except for the actual eyeballs. So there's still eyes in there, they're just more hidden this time. Which is kind of cool. But yeah, very nice sculpting. Mezco did a fantastic job with this. So, I'm going to pop the head back on. It's actually really easy. Again, this is my issue right here. Just wants to keep going in like that, so I kind of have to hold it while I put the head in place. The other parts of the collar I'm not too worried about, because those ain't that bad. You feel like a little pop. It wasn't loud that time, but yeah, there's definitely a pop, so that's how you know the head's in. Let's fix the collar, and there you go. Get a nice Myers. Go back that way, buddy. Alright, so I think we've covered the figure. We'll cover the articulation in a little bit, but we're going to get to the accessories first. So, we're going to start out light, put Michael in the back here, and we're going to go with the ones that are, like, up and foremost. Well, we're not going to start out with the weapons or anything first. We're just going to start out with the standard stuff. So, first, you get the iconic Mezco 112 Collective Stand, which is very nicely represented here for Halloween 2. The only bad part is, unlike the Jason one, and exactly like the 78 figure, this one has a glossy finish which picks up fingerprints really easily. I'm not sure you can see it, but there you go. And it scratches up easily. I have not done anything. I haven't dropped it or anything. It's already like scratched up, but that's not a big problem in my opinion. At least the font is actually pretty good. We got the pumpkin. Zoom in right there. There we go. Much better. Got the Halloween 2 font with the pumpkin in the center. Really like that. And there is a peg right here. So, lift up the figure, and underneath, here's his boots. They're really nicely, really like the tread detail and how nasty they are. But there is pegs on the other side of the feet. And take one of these pegs. In my opinion, the one that is best for this stand right here is probably this foot right here. So you just put that one right there. Try to get him on there. Sorry about my creaking chair. I gotta get a new gaming chair. It's pretty bad. But yeah, there we go. And there you go. He's on the stand. Pretty cool. However, like every other Mezco figure, including the Jason, he does come with the arm mech, which is kind of useless, kind of not, depending on who you are. Michael's not going to be flying around, in my opinion, so probably just going to keep the peg on there. But it is very cool, otherwise, that they still include these. So if you want to have him falling off the balcony, which would be the only logical reason to put this on, go ahead. So the way you do this, it's kind of featured in Review Spot's video as well on this guy and all his other figures. But take this in, go from behind, pop that out, hear a crunch, take the peg. Do not lose this. This is very, very, very important to have. So you see that. Should be gone out. Take that and just snap it into place. You can rock it back, and yeah. There you go. You have yourself a nice display stand. The only issue being, well, if I had more shelf space, I'd probably use this. But this thing's very big. But if you have the shelf space, and if you want to have Michael falling, well, just position his arms like that. Kind of clamp it around his waist. And, well, if you're just like me, though, and only want to have him standing, you can just kind of do it like this. He levitates a little bit, but yeah, there you go. There you go. Really nice. It works, but again, not going to be having mine like this. I'm going to personally just have him on the peg, much like my Jason, because I don't want to have him levitating. So we're just going to put Michael down here. Gotta pop this back out. Yeah, still really nice they included this though, but you know, obviously this works better for superheroes rather than masked killers walking around in the night killing people. So let's take this out of the way. Put the peg back in place. It's really easy to put back in place. You just gotta take it, push it. It kind of hurts a little bit because you have to push onto the actual peg itself. And there you go. It's in place now. Now, it does kind of blend in at night. You know, if you're like just putting the figure up for the night, it can be kind of annoying because it's black like the entire display stand. So just touchy, feely to find it. So there you go. I'm gonna put Michael on the stand here. And I'm just gonna have him in the background. Yeah, he does fit rather nicely on the stand, though, I must admit. And there we go. So the next thing he comes with, as far as miscellaneous items, is a baggie from Mezco 112 Collective Figures. So here it is. It comes standard with every figure, which I absolutely love. Because unlike NECA boxes, it's not the easiest to get inside these boxes and pull accessories out. So they include this baggie that you can just put all your accessories in. And I really do like this because I actually use these things. They're pretty helpful. I usually just put my figures on display and put these to the side if I ever need to change anything. But yeah, as you can see, there's a little label here so you can put a name. I haven't put any names. I haven't put Jason's name on his yet. Or this one, just because I don't really want to ruin it and make it look bad with my handwriting. So I'll probably get like one of those label makers and put like a label on here. But yeah, very nice baggie. It's just a standard Ziploc bag. It just opens up. It just comes rolled up like this in the package, but yeah, still very nice. So go sit that right there. Okay, so now that we've covered all the miscellaneous items, let's cover his slew of accessories. Okay, guys, so much like the Jason, Michael does come with a slew of weapons, and with Michael, this is definitely no exception. So, let's put the hands off to the side. We'll cover those in a minute. The first accessory I'm going to cover is the iconic scalpel that he uses in the movie. You get a separate scalpel. Very nicely detailed. It's nice and silver. So you do definitely get a very, very well detailed scalpel here. Much more on the smaller scale than the NECA one, but still very nicely detailed. So that's one accessory. Guess I'm going to count this as an accessory. Here is the hand that already has a scalpel in it, fixed in place. So if you don't want to lose the scalpel, here you go. This is the hand for you. Very nicely detailed. These hands are very nasty, and they have veins popping. So nicely sculpted. Got the tip of the scalpel at the top, and still some very nice detail. Now, ironically and funny enough, in the photos of this guy on their website, it never mentions the separate scalpel. In fact, it only mentions the scalpel hand, which is kind of odd. That was another reason why, I didn't really want to get this guy at first, because I thought the scalpel was just going to be this, fixed in place. I want to have him holding it like this if I'm going to display him like that. So, very nice that they actually included a separate scalpel. So, yeah. No worries, though. If you want to have a fixed in place scalpel, this is the hand for you. So, got that. And then next, we got the needle or syringe that Michael uses to kill, I can't remember her name. Not sure which nurse it was, but yeah, he pumped air into her freaking temple. But yeah, very nicely detailed. Be very careful though, it's very brittle. Not as brittle as the NECA version, but still very brittle. And there's nothing in there. It's just clear. As if there's just air. So yeah, very nicely done. And then we get the L-Rod knife. Really like how it's done here. Definitely really serrated and looks old, so really like it, like the brown handle. So yeah. And then the final accessory that Michael comes with is the hammer. Very nicely detailed. Zoom out a little bit. There we go. So yeah, the hammer is very nicely detailed. Got a nice sturdy hammer handle, and fortunately Mr. Garrett needs the claw, so yeah, here it is. So that's gonna be it for all of his weapons. Michael's a very handy guy, so he needs hands for those accessories. So let's see. First pair, get relaxed hands. Nurse Janet seems to or I can't remember what nurse it was, but yeah, here you go. Really dirty hand. So yeah, very dirty fingernails. Very nicely sculpted. So you could have him kind of planning something out, but you know, Michael really doesn't need to do that. Then you get yourself a pair of mauling hands. Again, all these are really nicely detailed and they're dirty. And then you get yourself a pair of hammer holding hands, which are for holding the hammer. Demonstrate that real quick. It fits in there very nicely. These are closed fists, but they got little holes in them. And then you get yourself a syringe holding hand. So you just slide the syringe in like this. And you can have Michael getting ready to pump in some air. There you go. Really nicely detailed. So that's how you know what hand's which. The needle hand has the thumb like that. And the hammer hands, well, they just, you know, they're like the normal hands, but with holes in them. And then, not only does he come with that, Michael also comes with a scalpel holding hand that isn't in a stabbing position, which I really like, because this is usually how he holds it throughout most of the film, walking through the hallways, chasing Lori. So really nice, just fits in there like so. Yeah. Okay, and then the final two hands he has are knife holding hands. So the first one is for the right hand. I really wish the left one was the right one, because I like the left one a lot better, but this one's still pretty nice. You hold the knife like that, or you can have it the other way around, like you just stole it from Miss Elrod's kitchen, like this, where he's just walking out the door. And then, of course, you can have him holding it like this, which I really like. I wish they would have had a hand similar to the left one. This is the left one, but like for the right hand. But otherwise, still really nice that we do get this hand. So yeah, he holds it like this. So yeah, and there we go. That's all the hands and accessories. Well, hands and weapons. We're not even done with accessories yet. Okay, so here it is. Very nice. Has the nice shadowing stuff. Sorry about the background noise. Nice detail. It's got some nice shadowing to it. The top just pops off, and there's a battery compartment, but luckily Mezco gives you 4 batteries. So pop the back on, and just flick the switch. This is how you can tell if it's lit up or not. Just starts flickering, and there you go. It's a very nice accessory. And you just pop this back on. Like so. And he's, this pumpkin's very dirty and it looks like it's decaying at the bottom, which I think is pretty cool. So, I'll put this to the side. And I'm gonna get the opening credits pumpkin, which splits open. So I'll peg back there. And, got a green stem. And again, this pumpkin just looks like it's decaying. So you got like a translucent plastic. And along with that one, you do get a skull. Very nicely detailed. It's encased in pumpkin guts. Open up the bottom. Well, I just dropped that. I have no idea where it went. Oh, right here. Okay. There we go. And there's a little battery compartment which fell out. It's right here. Put batteries in there. Flick the switch, it turns on. That one illuminates very bright. And you just place it like this. Doesn't really click into place, it just kind of sits in there. And in order to turn it on, just flick the switch. And make sure that when you put this back in this peg hole, or this peg, it goes into this hole right here. That way it stays in place and you don't snap it. So there you go. That you can easily tell this one's illuminated through the sockets. And you go back here. Put the skull inside. Yeah, the skull is definitely different though from the promo pics. And usually in the promo pics it's like white, so I'm definitely liking it better in person than there. But this is the only hard part and really annoying part about this figure is having to get the skull in there. It's not the easiest thing to do because this thing just likes to swing back and forth. So you're gonna have to kind of position it. Get this little keyhole kind of peg hole style on the back of that, and you just, what I usually do is I just peek through the bottom, press it on just like that, and you are good to go. Now the pumpkin itself does actually illuminate, just not too well, but they do give you a little bit of a translucent plastic, so it still kind of lights up, but I'll show it. It kind of does. Illuminates very, very nicely in the dark, well, compared to whenever it's in the light. So yeah, the pumpkin still illuminates, just not as well as in the daylight, but yeah, illuminates perfectly in the dark. And of course, you can open this at your own free will, and just have the skull peeking through it, and I think that just looks awesome. So, yeah. Also, Michael tends to look a lot better in the dark. Got more of those shadows. Kind of just casting on. Kind of looks like the 78 Myers here. Head on in the dark. On camera. Kind of looks more like 78 Myers than HD Myers. But then you flip the light on and then you realize how chubby this one is. Kind of looks like the flashback. A little bit too. Okay. Now the only tedious part about this guy is you have to pop the skull back out. Open up the bottom. Flick the switch. Put the bottom back on. Well, okay, and then put it back inside the pumpkin. And yeah, that's not really easy to do, is it? So I'm just gonna leave this thing out. But yeah, that's the only really tedious part about this figure is having to freaking turn it off. So yeah, it does come with instructions on how to do the pumpkin. It also comes with the typical Mezco paper, but you those at your own free will. And yeah, so that's all of his accessories. Really do like his accessories. One reason why I put this over my Jason, because he comes with way more stuff. Oh, and the last few things I forgot were the head sculpts. How could I possibly forget about these things? They're so obvious. They're right there when you open up the package, sliding all the stuff out of the way. So the first one we're going to look at is the Bloody Eyes head sculpt. I'm not really going to put him with these head sculpts. I'm just going to leave him with the base one. But yeah, feel free to put these on because these are really nice. Got the blood tears just kind of drizzling out as Lori shot him in both eyes. What great accuracy she has. But yeah, has the same details and everything as your normal head, so there's nothing different besides the tears. Put that on the side, and then of course, apparently it's just a trend with these Halloween 2 figures. The only one to really break the trend is the Tots one, but so far a 7-inch and 6-inch scale, well, you always get a Ben Trimmer head. No, I take that back. The 2-pack also didn't really have a Ben Trimmer head, nor did the Retro Cloth NECA one, so I guess really only 2 figures had it, but yeah, I guess it kind of copied what the original NECA Halloween 2 figure did, and included a Ben Trimmer head, which looks very identical to the base head that you get on the figure. It almost seems to me, though, like the neck's a little bit wider on this one, but otherwise, same sculpt, same eyes, and you got this freaking blonde hair. Lots of blonde hair. This is like half done William Shatner mask. The only thing he's missing is sideburns and brown hair. So, yeah, pretty cool. And of course, in order to put the head on, you just simply pop this out. For this demonstration, I'm just going to put on the Bloody Tears head. Just to show what that one looks like, since I know that's what most people are going to put on. It doesn't really pop, but it's on there. And yeah, there you go. Well, hold on. It's a little bit harder with these, mind you. There we go. So you got Bloody Tears Myers. So, I'm going to pop this back off. And we're going to get into some comparisons and then articulation. So, okay, so here it is. Got the Mezco and the NECA on the right. Right off the bat, the NECA definitely wins with the head sculpt, but definitely everything else goes to Mezco in my opinion. So yeah, here's the Mezco with NECA. And of course, what better comparison than to have another Mezco, the Jason. He's currently in a pose, but yeah, he scales up very nicely. And that should be it for comparisons. Now we're going to go into articulation and end the video on that note. So much like the Jason, Michael has very good articulation. In fact, I think he has better articulation than Jason. So let's go first at the bottom. So you get a nice ankle kind of turn. You got heel down, heel up. And yeah, it's pretty nice considering that he's wearing boots. Then you get double hinge at the knee. And of course, you get a nice little slide swivel. I'm not going to do too much because I don't want to stress the fabric. And then of course, you get a nice ab crunch. Much better than Jason's, in my opinion. And of course, you can bend them back like that. And twist it from side to side. So you can get some pretty nice action sequences with this guy. And for the arms, they hinge all the way out to a perfect T-pose. And you get a nice double bend at the elbow. Michael kind of working out. Double bend at the elbow. A little bit of a bicep swivel. And yeah. That's pretty much it for the arms. And now hands, they're on a wrist peg, which I forgot to show at all this video, but in order to swap out hand, you just pop it off. This is the wrong hand. Oh well. Crap. There we go. Yeah, so the hand is just on a wrist peg, and it just swivels around very easily. It goes up and down as well. So, yeah, very nice articulation for the body. And then the final bit of articulation, it already has a neck peg, but I feel like this guy gets a wider range of motion, but Jason has a hunchback, so kind of prohibits it, but yeah. Tilt from side to side, down, up, and of course you can spin it. So yeah, overall, very good figure. So that is it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the review of this Michael Myers figure. This is Beast of Martin signing off, and Michael is, well, stealing the Arrod's knife again. So, see you guys in the next video. I got plenty more to come, and as always, Beast out. I'm going to show up some shots of Michael here, and that'll be the end of the video. So, as always, Beast out. Oh, God. Oh, God.